Hello, this is Yanko Castro, CEO and founder of QX Financial. If you're watching this video, it's because you have expressed interest in the career of the financial advisor and you'd like to learn more about us, about the career, and see this can potentially be a good fit for you. Let's get started. A long time ago when I was in school and I was writing essays, I was told that it's always a good idea to start or end with a quote. So I looked for a quote that was relevant to our conversation today. And this is what I found. If you want something that you have never had, you must be willing to do something that you have never done. A lot of you might be coming from different backgrounds. You might be coming from a different kind of career. You may not be sure if financial services as an industry is the right fit for you. This career has a lot of benefits that we're going to be discussing today. But I would like you to keep that in the back of your head. You know, if you haven't made the income you want to make, you don't have the lifestyle you want to have, well, it might be the right time to make some changes, and hence while you're watching this video. So keep this phrase, keep this quote in the back of your head as we're going through this process. You might have to do stuff that you've never done before, but all this is with a goal of having a better career, better lifestyle, more independence, and some of the things that we're going to talk about today. Now, before we get going with who we are and the benefits, let me tell you what we are not. We're not a multi-level marketing organization. We're not going to ask you to recruit your friends and family. We're not World Financial Group or, PHP or those other companies that are out there that focus on multi-level marketing. This is not an opportunity or a deal for you to join in. We are a real professional financial advisory firm. We are partnered with real companies that I'm going to talk to you about. So this is not a get-rich-quick deal or anything like that. And I bring this up because I know that as you guys are looking for opportunities and looking for jobs, you have probably stumbled with some of these companies. That's definitely not who we are, nor what we do. So why do we do what we do? Why are we in the financial services industry as a company, as QX Financial? Well, we believe that every individual in America has the right to not be forever constrained by his or her economic conditions, and through careful planning and modern strategies, achieve true financial security and independence. That is the motto. That is our North Star. We want our clients to be successful. We don't care if they're making $10,000 a year or they're making $10 million a year. Our goal is that they achieve true financial security and independence. And we're going to tell you guys in a little bit how do we define that, what does that mean. But this is why we do what we do. Now, how do we do it? We accomplish this by finding and eliminating unnecessary wealth transfers that otherwise undermine people's ability to build wealth. So as you come into this world, you might be thinking that it's all about products. It's all about finding the right stock or the right tool or the right investment for the client. And what you're gonna realize as you come into this industry is that, products are somewhat important, but it's all about what we do. It's all about behavior. So you see, the role of the advisor is more about helping clients understand their limitations and how to approach money, more so than what they're buying. And I think as you go through this process and the interview process, you'll understand more of that concept. But trust me when I tell you that 80% of the financial result, the financial outcome, has more to do with behavior than the actual products the client buys. So how do we accomplish this goal of achieving financial security and independence? By teaching people how the financial system works, how to approach it correctly, and how to make good decisions. And obviously the products comes after that. So what is our strategy? How do we go about our business? We design, market, and deliver financial instruments meant to fulfill the very purpose of financial security and independence. We are looking for highly motivated individuals looking to educate, motivate, and empower others to make the right decisions when it comes to their financial future. The reason why you're watching this video is to answer the question of, is this you? Are you the right person that we're looking for this career? So one of the great things about being an independent financial advisor is that we get to partner with great companies. And one of the companies that we have partnered with is One America. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on One America. You can go to oneamerica.com if you want to learn about that company. But suffice it to say that we're in the top 5 of all investment and insurance carriers in the United States. We have somewhere around $175 billion in assets. You can see some of the ratings right there on the screen. So again, I don't want to take too much of your time today talking about One America. I want to focus our time talking about the career. But needless to say, all I want to convey to you is that we are partnered with great companies that have great business models with great products that have been around for over 100 years, right? So I think that when we think about retirement planning, when we think about long-term money, it is important that we can show a track record. So you're coming to a company, you're coming to a relationship that can trace back 147 years of successful track record. And I know that's important for you from the career perspective, and also for your clients as they want to assure that their money is going to be there when they actually need it. So once again, you're welcome to go to oneamerica.com, go to financials, and then you can read all about, this is just a summary of what I'm showing on the screen. Feel free to pause, by the way, if you want to read it all, of some of the company highlights. All right, so now let's go back into the career. I like to define the career in financial services as in the 3 I's, right? Why are we in this industry? Why I have been involved in this industry for the last 15 going on 16 years? Because of the 3 I's. Impact, independence, and income. When I graduated college and I got into this industry, my goal was to make a difference. I was like most 22, 23-year-olds, I was idealistic. I wanted to impact and change the world. And my question was, how can I do that? And I knew that sitting on a desk, pushing papers around wasn't really the best use of my time if I wanted to have lots of impact. So I came into this industry because I realized that money is one of those areas where if you can help people have more of it or take control of it, you are indeed having a tremendous impact in their lives. So some of the things that I put in there as far as giving people a sense of purpose, giving them hope. How many Americans are out there that are living paycheck to paycheck? That's the majority of Americans, by the way. And they feel there's no tomorrow for them. You know, they hope that when they retire, they die the next day because they have no savings. And hopefully that's the end of it. There's no estate to leave to their kids. There's no generational growth or planning. They're literally living paycheck to paycheck. We believe that we can make a difference by changing that situation in their lives, helping them build their own wealth and also generational wealth. So that's kind of what I put in there. And the biggest one is take action. Actually do something. And the only way the client is going to do something is if they understand, if they feel empowered, and they actually get it, right? So that's why we use the word educate. Give the client enough tools so they can become independent. And, you know, hopefully they don't need me anymore after a couple of years, right? Even though a lot of my clients are working with me after over a decade, you know, they technically don't need me. They understand the principles that they have to follow. And that's the fulfilling part about this business. The other part of it, the second I, is independence. This is not a 9-to-5 job. So if what you're looking for is clock in, clock out, get a paycheck and not think about the world after 5:30, this is not the right fit. Nothing wrong with that. This is just not that kind of career. Why do I say that? Well, because our clients are working 9 to 5. So sometimes you gotta meet the client at 5:30 or 6:30, maybe after their own dinner, right? Sometimes you gotta meet them before they walk into their business, maybe during a lunch break, all kinds of different things. So the independence allows us to manage our schedule to our needs, you know, depending on your family, on some of the personal goals that you may have. And that's a good thing, actually. Sometimes we work 4 hours a day, sometimes we work 10 hours a day. It all really depends on how you structure your career and your practice. And we're gonna teach you and show you how to do it in what we believe to be the right way. Obviously, you need to have a mindset of an entrepreneur. This is an entrepreneurial career. You gotta be self-motivated. Nobody is gonna be calling you at 8:30 to get you out of bed and, you know, coming to work. Again, there's no clocking in and clocking out. This is a partnership that you're gonna be setting up with us. And what is the wonderful thing about that? That you're gonna have that independence that I'm talking about. But lastly, you're gonna be part of a growing movement among millennials and Gen Zs that we've seen, that they want to be independent. They want to control their income. They want to call the shots. They don't want to work from the office and so on and so on. So being remote, having control of your time, having control of your income is one of the most wonderful things about this career. And lastly, the last I, so we have impact, we have independence. The last one is income. So you can see the numbers right there. These are 2019 numbers. I don't have the 2023 numbers yet, but they're higher than that. And you can see the median pay. You can see right there the top percentage pay in our industry. And when you start meeting folks that are very successful in what we do, the incomes is way, way more than that, right? And we are in a situation that you need to know this. We're in a situation where we have a growing working population in the United States, but we just don't have enough advisors, right? And that's kind of why I put that last point there of, what is the market? Well, we have 75 million boomers heading into retirement. They need financial advice. They need investment advice. We have another 70, 80 millennials, Gen Zs, finally getting into the labor force that also nobody's talking to them. I will challenge to ask you, or maybe you want to ask your parents if you are young watching this video, when was the last time you got a call from UBS or Merrill Lynch or anybody like that, right? When was the last time that someone reached out to you and say, hey, let me help you plan for your future? The reason for that is because there's not enough of us, right? The industry keeps getting older. I think the average age now is in their 60s. I think it's in one of the slides coming up. And we don't have enough of you. That is a problem. But that also creates a tremendous opportunity. If you know anything about supply and demand, you understand that if there's a huge demand or something and there's no supply, that's how our incomes are so great. So anyway, to wrap this up, what are the 3 I's? Impact, independence, income. You make a difference in your community. You actually get to control your life, control your career, and you can do whatever you want. You can build in whichever way you choose to. And also you get to have a great income. You want to make more, you want to make less. That will be completely up to you. And again, as part of our interview process, we'll go into the details, how the compensation works, how everything works. We're going to disclose everything to you as you go through that process. So just in summary, I like to say you do well by doing good, income, independence, and impact like we just covered. All right. So once again, I'm not going to get into all the details of compensation. We'll talk about that as we go through the process. But what I want you to emphasize is that we're going to make an investment on you. This is not one of those roles where we throw you to the wolves and you figure out. That's not the case. We're going to provide you with health insurance. We have a 401k plan. We provide the FICA. This is a W-2 statutory employment role, meaning that you're not a traditional employee, but also you're not on your own 1099. You get the best of both worlds. You get all the support of being an employee with all the ownership and independence of being a business owner. That's really what this W-2 statutory role is all about. And like I said, you have a training allowance that we're going to show you in a moment. You get your FICA, so you maximize Social Security. You get your health insurance. You get life insurance, all the group benefits that you can imagine, subsidized medical and dental plans. So we're going to make a huge investment on you, honestly, in the level of hundreds of thousands of dollars to make sure that if you're the right person, to make sure that you succeed. So once again, this is not you're on your own. We're going to build this with you, and we're going to make a financial investment in you, even though this is going to be your practice after everything is said and done. As you're watching this, by the way, if you have any questions, make sure to write them down. So when you go into the interview process, you can bring this up to us and then we can answer your questions. All right, moving on. So let me describe to you a little bit about how the financial industry works from the perspective of the producer, of the financial advisor, right? There are usually two ways to get into our business. You can be completely independent, completely on your own, right? Or you can go through what we call the career shops or the career companies. And there's a third way, which is what we follow, which I'm going to show you in a moment. But let's talk about the independent producer, right? So what are some of the positives? Well, the positive is that if you're independent, right? You can do whatever you want. You can run your business in whichever way you choose to, and you can bring any solutions to your clients that you believe that are the right ones. You don't have any managers telling you what to do, and so on and so on. But the trade-off is that you have no company support. There's no training involved. You have to go get your own licenses. There's no marketing support. How do I get clients? And unfortunately, what we see out there in the industry is that you have a lot of people that wanna do well by the client, but they don't know what they're doing. So I call this prognosis without diagnosis malpractice, meaning that they're out there just selling something because that's the one thing they know, but they do not really know how to fix the problem because they're on their own. They have no experience, support people, helping them work with clients. And unfortunately, they tend to do bad work a lot of the times, right? But they're independent and there's some positives there. The other option that you have is to go to what I call the career shops, the career companies, right? You see them listed in the screen: Northwestern, State Farm, Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, Mass, Penn Mutual, all of those great companies. There's nothing wrong with them, right? But they follow a career model. And in that model, you're not independent. You work for them, right? Yes, they're gonna provide you with training and benefits, which is awesome, but you're gonna have limitations of the kind of products that you can sell. Because if you work for company A, you are supposed to sell their products. Whether they're good or bad for the client, that's irrelevant for them. You work for me, you sell what I tell you to do, right? And that's sometimes some of the negatives of the career system. There's a bit of a glass ceiling in some of these companies because they're very hierarchical. Some of them are really old companies. So if you want that management role, if you want to keep growing within the company, well, you're going to hit that limitation that older manager needs to retire or die before you can take over the role, right? So that's another limitation of these career shops. The compensation tends to be lower because, again, there's all this overhead that needs to get paid for before you get paid. So the compensation tends to be lower. And the most important thing, the biggest thing of them all, is that when you work for these companies, it's not your business. You work for them. Your clients stay with the company. So let's say 5-6 years down the road, you want to make a change and go work for somebody else. You can't. Your clients stay with the company. All right. So that's the career side. That is the independent side. So what do we do? How do we approach your career? So with QX Financial, we try to combine the best of both worlds. You get all the support and training that you need, but at the same time, you get all the benefits of being independent. So as you can see there under QX Financial Career Agent, you will be independent. That means that you own your practice day one. Your business belongs to you. It doesn't belong to us. Also, you're gonna have all the training that you can possibly imagine, right? Not only our training, but also the companies that we partner with, like One America. They have world-class training and world-class support to help you develop your practice. Marketing systems and lead support, we're gonna set up that for you as well as part of your process. You're gonna get paid more than the average agent out there because we want you to be successful. Also, you get full benefits and all the sponsorships you need to get your state license, your certifications. We'll talk a little bit about what is that career trajectory in our agency. So you see that this is not just a job, right? This is actually a career that you're gonna continue to grow into and get better for the long term. So one of the highlights about our training program is we talk about financial concepts, sales ideas, marketing, client development, everything you need to know to be a successful advisor. And that's the reality of our practice, of our industry. You gotta be good at both. You gotta be really good at providing financial solutions and concepts to clients. You gotta be able to explain it and implement it, but also you need to be able to build relationships and prospect clients and develop that aspect as well. That's really what's gonna make you incredibly valuable in our industry. I know a lot of people that have lots of degrees, they know a lot about finance, but they can't talk to a person. Well, that's not gonna help you if you wanna be a successful financial advisor. You need to be really good at both. And we're gonna train you on those things as well. The Hope is Nether, which is a training system that we use. We have all kind of things, mentorship, field training. And like I said, at some point, if you want to get certified, which I think you should, get your CLU, your CFP, your CHFC. There are 12 designations that we sponsor and will actually pay for so that you can grow your career here with us. So once again, we're making a huge investment in helping you succeed. And one of those investments is what we call your new agent training allowance. It's part of that package as you're coming into QX Financial. Once again, there's another video which will go into detail about it. But all I want you to take away from today is that we're going to invest $75,000 in you over the next 3 years, on top of benefits, on top of compensation, on top of everything else that I just mentioned, to help you succeed in the business. This is real money, it's hard cash going to you so you can make a great income when you're new, and you can kind of go to the learning curve and, like I said, be successful in the long term. So that's what that is there to do. Okay, so let me change gears a little bit now and talk to you more about the career path. You know, what is this going to look for to you for in the next 3 to 5 years? So I like to say that when you become an advisor with us, you're gonna get into a 1,000-day journey. That's what I like to call it. And this 1,000 days means that for the next 3 years, you're gonna be learning, applying, working with clients, getting certified, getting licensed. Is gonna be a lot of work, but on the other side of that, you can potentially build a lifetime career, something that you can never have to let go. And once again, once you understand our compensation structure and you understand renewals, you'll see how valuable it is to build a career long-term in the financial services industry. So just to show you really quickly, your first step is on the screen. Feel free to pause if you want to read the whole thing. But you're gonna get your state license, you're gonna go on field training, you're gonna have an expectation of 5 applications when you're doing the first 90 days. Again, your coach and trainer is gonna go through this with you. But all I want you to realize is that you have a game plan. You're not coming to see, hey, let's see what happens. No, we have a structured game plan, a track record of 15 years of success, training and developing advisors. We know what it takes. We know what you need to do. All you have to do is go do it, right? So you can see that under pre-contract requirements. Once you get pre-contract, there's a lot of awards, a lot of benchmarks that we're going to ask you to hit. And if you hit those benchmarks, there are more benefits that get unlocked that you can continue to earn. As you can see, once you get into the 6 months, you qualify for the Ivy League program, which is even more money coming from One America to help you continue to build your practice, pay for your licenses, pay for your certifications, and so on and so on. So once again, there's a career path, a trajectory that we want you to take so you can maximize your initial year in the business. Now, once we get into at the end of the first year, usually at that point, most of our agents want to get certified. So they will start the CLU with the American College. The American College, you should know, is the most prestigious college in financial services. So a degree from the American College is highly respected in our industry. So we always recommend you to start with your CLU first. Once again, One America will pay for those fees and tuition for you. And as you go into year 2 and ongoing, then you can get your CHFC or you can get your CFP, so you can do investment management work. You can manage money that way. All kinds of new doors open up as you learn more and you get better. You don't have to do that today. It's gonna be a 3-4 year process, right? So you're gonna have to kind of be patient with yourself and grow with us, or we have to grow with you. The better you get, the more you advance, other doors will open. It's part of the process, right? So be patient. And after the second or third year, once you're fully certified, once you have all the credentials and the experience, then management opportunities will open up as well, right? We are a growing agency in a growing industry. We need leadership in our company. So potentially, if you so choose, there will be opportunities for you to do that down the road. And again, you can pause and read some of the stuff on the slide. All right, so to wrap this up, are you what we're looking for? Well, there's a couple of things that I'm looking for as we build our teams here at QX Financial. The first thing is that you have to be coachable. Extremely important. If you think you already know everything, we're not the right place for you. You need to be coachable. You need to be willing to learn new things. That's going to help you, get all the experience from us and go out there and apply and implement it, and therefore helping you build successful. Also, we're looking for people that are collaborative, that you can work well with others. This business is very, very hard to do on your own. Trust me, I did it. I was a solo advisor for a couple of years. I was very successful, but also it was really boring. The best way and the easiest way to continue to grow and do better in your practice is to have a team. But you don't have to give up your independence to have a team. That's why we have built this environment where you can be independent, but at the same time you're working with others. It's a great partnership system that we have developed. But you need to have that mindset. You gotta be willing to also support and help others, like others are gonna be willing to help and support you. Also, lastly, we're looking for commitment. This is not a, let me check it out, let me see what happens. Oh, this seems like a nice company, but let's check it out. It's not gonna work. If you treat it like a part-time, it's gonna pay like a part-time. This is for the kind of person that already made a decision. I wanna be in this industry. I wanna be successful. I want that independence. I want to make that impact. You already made that choice. So you're committed to that career situation. If that's you, we definitely wanna have a conversation with you. If you're just kind of checking it out, see what happens, hey, go talk to other companies, understand the industry better, then come back. But we know what we're gonna commit to you time-wise and also money-wise. It is an investment for us to hire a new advisor every time. Like I said at the beginning, this is not a multi-level marketing group where everybody and the grandma gets hired. This is not it. This is not that. So we need a strong commitment that you're willing to build a career here with us. And lastly, are you willing to build a network, connect with others? The whole point of the advisor is to develop a client base, and that takes working with other people. Do you like humans? Do you like other humans? Do you like to connect with them and understand them and support them and be part of their solutions? You gotta like people to be a good advisor. If you don't like people, it's gonna be really hard for you. So if you feel that you are amicable, that you build great relationships with others, this can potentially be a great career for you. All right, so what are the next steps? First and foremost, thank you for taking the time to watching this. I appreciate it. The next step is to communicate back to the person that sent you this link. It might be one of my managers, it might be myself, it could be one of our staff. Communicate back with them. You may have a Zoom link to book an appointment. So if you like what you heard, that's your next step, right? Set up an appointment with us and we're happy to talk to you. Bring an updated resume. That's gonna help us get a sense of kind of where you are. You may get a link to complete an assessment before you meet with us. So make sure you complete that assessment before your first interview so we have a more educated conversation about your potential in this field. If you want to learn more, you can go to qxfinancial.com. There is a careers at One America website. You can see the link in the slide. Feel free to go there, and learn more about our company, One America, the industry as a whole before you make a decision. And lastly, as we go through the interview process, you'll learn more about us and we'll make a final decision. Is this the right company? Are we the right fit for what you're trying to do career-wise? So let me thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the person who sent you this video. Feel free to reach out to me. Go to the website at qxfinancial.com. You can reach out to us there. I look forward to potentially talking to you in the future. Have a wonderful day.